I'm Sam, Business Development Assistant at Transfer Travel. We're a resale travel platform that allows you to resell any lost travel plans that you can no longer go on. Equally, you can also buy cheaper plans, including cruises, flights, or different accommodations. I'm joined today with Muscab here. If you just want to tell us a little bit about your time as like a travel content creator, what you've kind of been up to recently, what kind of content you produce.
All right. Hi, I'm Muscab. I make travel content on TikTok. I make videos on like the various flight plans, challenges, and I make videos on travel deals as well. Recently, I've been doing a lot of travel around Europe and North Africa because I'm trying to be more focused in London and making content regarding travel deals. But yeah, that's mainly what I do every now and then.
So what's your kind of, would you say your current vibe is at the minute? Do you prefer kind of like chill staycations, like city breaks, or like beach vacations? Where have you kind of led more towards recently?
Right now, definitely city breaks because I don't really like going too far at the moment. I just don't want to go on that very long vacations. But it's good to go on some summer holidays in the winter because it's good to escape the UK sun.
Yeah,
Sorry,
definitely.
the UK sun, yeah.
Do you have any kind of like any hacks for kind of any like going on any different like city breaks? Anything you kind of like recommend to people?
Yeah, definitely. I always use Skyscanner. I swear by it. And it's very good to like let the prices dictate the dates. I don't like choosing specific dates. I like choosing the dates that are cheapest because it's good to work around that because you save a lot more money. You have more spending money in the city you're going to, and traveling to Europe is always the cheapest.
Yeah. So like kind of tell me about a destination that always has you coming back. Have you been many times before, or you once have been and you really would think, oh, actually I would really like to go back to that certain like destination?
Definitely Paris. I love going to Paris. I've been like 4 or 5 times now. It's, I think, a very underrated city. It's quite overhated, which in my opinion makes it underrated. I like it because, it's easy to get to. There's lots of things to do. The food is amazing. And yeah, definitely Paris.
What was your last trip? Would you go again? Would you recommend?
My last trip was actually like a few countries in a day. It was like Morocco, um, Barcelona, Spain,
Yeah.
and I went to a place called France in France called Beziers, because I was having breakfast, lunch, and dinner in
Oh,
3 countries in
wow.
one day. But would I go back? I would go back to all of those. They were all amazing.
Yeah.
It was my first time in Spain, which is surprising.
Wow.
I really do like Barcelona. It was a nice city. I definitely like a city when they have line bikes.
Yes,
I think it's
so easy to travel as well. You can just get it on the app, tap on and go.
Yeah.
How did you kind of do that all in 3 days? Did you fly? Did you get like the train?
So from
How did
Morocco,
you kind of like plan it out as well?
I used ChatGPT to plan it out. So what I did is I actually started off in Marrakesh, but it was cheaper to fly to Barcelona from Tangier. So I flew from Marrakesh to Tangier, spent a day in Tangier, and then I had breakfast there. And that day, I flew to Barcelona.
Yeah.
Then I took the train from Barcelona to France, to Beziers, France.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And then I flew from Beziers to London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long were you there from like start to finish?
So I was in Marrakesh for a few days before that to film another video, but the 3 countries, that was in one day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So talking about trending spots, has there been any expectations that you've kind of seen online that hasn't kind of lived up to the hype?
You know what? I would say Budapest. I wasn't. I liked it, but it wasn't like an amazing city to me. I spent like 2 days there, and usually when I'm in a country, it takes me a couple of days to be ready to go home. But on the second day, I was actually ready to go home.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like it's fun.
Yeah.
But it actually, outside of the fun parts, it hasn't got too much, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's true. No, I think I went to Budapest. And it was good, but I think we only did like 2-3 days there. Don't think we stayed anymore.
It's a place to go with a big group.
Yeah.
I just went with another person, so.
So is there any hidden gems that you've found recently?
1,000,000% Hamburg. It's super fun city. The food is amazing. Like there's a thing called like a UFO kebab they have in Germany.
Oh yeah.
That was amazing. And it's a beautiful city. And again, it has, like, to me, a city increases when it has the Lime bikes.
Yeah.
It's so fun to explore the city. So 100% Hamburg. Like, it's not the top destination for people, but I definitely recommend it to everyone I see.
Do you think that TikTok has a big influence on people's destinations, especially because your main platform is on TikTok?
100%, because I get a lot of messages and sometimes pictures of people on their holidays and they've like booked it through my TikTok videos. So I think it's influencing people to book holidays. But I think the main thing it does is the itineraries. I think people choose what to do based on TikTok videos. And that's why a lot of brands like in these tourist hotspots, they like to make TikTok videos because they want people to go to their places. So it's more so itinerary than destination, but it definitely has impact.
And what are kind of like your thoughts around using AI and ChatGPT for destination travel, trying to get you like to your location or like things to do?
Yeah, it's probably my most used app when I'm abroad. Like I use it to scan menus because sometimes the menus aren't in English. I use it for itineraries. I use it to figure out how to get from the airport to the city center because a lot of the information will be in the chosen language. So I definitely use AI when it comes to that. Also, it's very useful to find out how to get to your gate because sometimes the gate is a train ride away, within the airport,
Yeah.
like today. And it's really good because, if you have time, to leave the lounge or anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I use it for everything. It's so useful and it's really good at translating. It's really good at
See,
translating.
I never thought to
Yeah.
use it for using it. Do you just like scan it and then it
Yeah.
will kind of like tell you exactly?
Because some languages Google Translate's not that good at. Like for example, I was in Fiji, and it was ChatGPT is really good at kind of speaking Fijian, but Google Translate was not.
Yeah.
So AI is so useful when you're traveling. I definitely use it as my main like travel. It's like my travel agent.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That is so interesting. I never thought to use like ChatGPT as like translation.
Yeah.
Maybe more so. I feel like a lot of people use it for their itineraries, but no, that is really interesting. So talking about behind the scenes and when you create your videos, what's kind of like a funny or chaotic story that you maybe have from when you've been in a destination and you've tried to like film a video, but maybe it hasn't gone to like plan?
Well, one funny thing was once I was in Iceland and I was only there for like less than a day.
Yeah.
So the border people were like, why you?
Yeah.
So I had to show them my videos and be like, oh, I'm just doing a travel video challenge. And that was actually quite funny because like that actually got me out of trouble. That was the very funny moment because airport security does not like it when you have a day trip. They always ask questions, and I do that a lot. So it's very, it's very funny. But also stamps, like they always check your stamps to see how have you been in 4 countries in one day? Like
Yeah.
yeah.
No. Oh, that is really funny. You're just there. With
Yeah.
I promise. I'm just hearing my video.
Yeah, because they took me to a different
Yeah.
room.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
And they were like, what are you doing? You don't have a hotel because I was leaving in the evening.
Yeah.
So that was it.
What's something that your followers probably don't realize about travel content creation?
It's like the really, really early flights are so bad because sometimes I'll say, like, a lot of people ask, why don't you include the train ride in the cost, right? In your travel challenges. And it's because sometimes I actually get to the airport like so early because I'm actually there. So because I'm in West London and sometimes a flight will Stansted a lot, super far. There's no train for like a 6 a.m. flight. So you have to get there like midnight, 1 a.m.
Yeah. Oh.
So it's a different day. So that's something that definitely is something I don't mention in the videos.
What to your like followers or to anyone kind of like listening, like would you share your like travel hacks? Like how do you usually find good travel deals?
Yeah. Well, timing matters on the flights. Some flights you actually like sometimes I memorize the pricing patterns of certain flights because there's some airlines they make their flights cheaper if you book way in advance. Some are only if you book in a month in advance. That's a very useful thing to know. Like Wizz Air, for example, their flight that route from Luton to Istanbul, if you book it a month in advance, it's usually £25. But if you book it 2 months in advance, it's like £50. So it's like knowing that. Timing is so important. Also, let the prices dictate rather than the dates. I know a lot of people have work and they have to book holiday off, but if you're booking in advance, definitely let the price dictate the instead of the dates. So that's why you should always pick any time on Skyscanner. And yeah, Skyscanner is the way, or Google Flights.
Yeah, no, that is interesting. I
Yeah.
never really thought of that, because when some people have their set times, or like they'll use their annual leave, they'll be like, I have this certain date I'm
Yeah.
going to use. But whereas you can maybe look throughout the days before booking your annual leave
Yeah.
off to kind of have a look at what's the cheapest flight on those days. Do you believe that the time of the week matters with like
Yes.
booking the flight? So like, would you say like at the start, the middle, the end, like weekends?
Weekends cost way more, especially to like European destinations. I know a lot of people have kids, so they have to go through half time, but like half time is it's ridiculous. They triple the prices. That's why I don't even travel during half time.
Yes. Yeah, no, I'm actually meant to be going skiing in February, but I can
Yeah.
only go in half term because my cousin's a teacher.
Yeah.
So we were looking at the flights, and they're like racking up to be like 700 quid, which
Yeah.
is just
But when stuff that like that happens, I always use Avios because Avios doesn't
Mhm.
fluctuate the same way the prices do. So Avios would still be the same price during half time usually. So that's what I'd recommend. Yeah.
Okay, that is good. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. So kind of like with our platform and like with transfer travel, what do you kind of like think about transfer travel? Do you think you would kind of like use it? Because we have obviously loads of different like flights, we have
Yeah.
accommodation, we have like cruises. Do you think it's something you would maybe want to like have a look on, or maybe like recommend to any like followers?
Yeah, definitely. It's a very unique idea. If it aligns well with like when you're on a trip and there's hotels for cheaper going on and someone's trying to get rid of the hotels, like it's a great idea in my opinion. And also, I saw people sell some of their flight credits on there,
Yeah.
which I think is really cool. Like that, I would buy someone's flight credit if it was like a good rate. So being able to not only buy from it, but I'd also use it to sell stuff. Because sometimes I don't. Sometimes I miss flight, like not a flight, but like chosen not to go somewhere, and I had to forego the hotel costs. But if I knew I could sell it,
Yeah.
that would be really good.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, is like not many people know about kind of like
Yeah.
resale travel. It's kind of like a growing niche, but it is like such a good idea to get, like, because a lot of people, I guess when they book a holiday, they don't know that their plans, you don't book a holiday knowing you're going to cancel. So
Yeah.
a lot of people don't really go for looking at places where they can get a refund. So then when plans do change and they can no longer go on the holiday, it is great to know that there are options that you can put it onto different
Yeah.
platforms. I'm kind of going to do like a bit of a hot take kind of little game situation. So do you think that window seats are overrated?
Yes, 1,000,000%. I would way rather an aisle seat.
Yeah.
Whenever I travel with one of my friends, Aiden, he doesn't let me take the window seat because I go to the bathroom a lot during the flight.
Yeah.
You know, so I think an aisle seat was perfect.
Yeah.
I feel like when you get older, you prefer the aisle seat. You know,
Yeah,
I think when you're young,
you do. I
prefer
think
the
when you're
window.
young, you want the window,
Yeah.
and it's also trying to get out as well, because
Yeah.
there's two people that you've got to move to
Yeah.
awkwardly. I think if you're booking a window seat, you need to accept that you're maybe not
Yeah.
going to go to the toilet.
But you know, I actually have the luckiest streak ever. The last time I got a middle seat was like years ago.
Really?
Like, yeah, I always get either aisle or window.
Do you ever book your seats, or do you just
I
yeah
never pay for seats.
never pay for
Yeah.
seats? Yeah.
Unless I'm with like a friend, like, and they want to sit together, but normally I don't.
Yeah. Airport pints are essential.
For some, I don't. For some, yeah.
Yeah, you got some Brits who will be, no
Yeah.
matter the time of the flight, if it's 4 a.m, they'll be having their airport
Yeah.
pint.
No, it's funny because you know, in like lounges,
Yeah.
like people are just drinking at like 5, 6 a.m. and it's just so funny to me because like it doesn't count the same
Yeah,
way.
no.
You know, you're in a different world in an airport.
Yeah, you are. It's the time does not matter.
Yeah.
You set foot into that airport.
You're on holiday already.
Yeah, you were on holiday. You may as well not have got on the
Yeah.
flight. Solo travel is better than group trips.
I actually completely disagree. I solo travel a lot actually.
Mhm.
And I way rather just being with a friend. Like I think
Yeah.
it's maybe for 1 or 2 days solo travel is fun, especially when you're going somewhere and you have a strict itinerary and you want to get things done. And some
Yeah.
people have different thoughts, like want to do different things. But it's definitely more fun with a friend,
Yeah.
especially like fun cities. Go on your own is not really
Mhm.
great.
Do you have any tips for someone, because you did say
Yeah.
that you do solo travel quite a lot?
Yeah.
Do you have any tips for someone who says wants to solo travel but's kind of not done it before?
Yeah, this is what I do, right? I always, for the first night, like this is how I had a fun time in Morocco last time we went, not this time. I stayed in a hostel
Mhm.
and I met this guy called Daniel in the hostel. I always stay in the hostel for the first night, meet people, and then I go to my own hotel room because I don't really like hostels.
Yeah.
So that's the best way to meet people because there's always people that are on their own as well. So you can go do things with them, meet new people. I think that's the biggest key, hostels. But that's the thing, you're just going to hostel to be with people. You might as well fly in with people
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
that is true. That is true. And they put on like they sometimes have like a lot of group dinners in
Yeah.
hostels, because I went traveling around Southeast Asia, and obviously we were all just staying in
Yeah.
hostels, but a lot of them always would have included like team dinner. So
Yeah.
like if you are a solo person, you can meet people that way as well, which is quite nice, because if you don't really want to explore by yourself, especially somewhere so far, Southeast Asia, it's nice to have those team meals and like kind of get to know people, kind of have like a bit of entertainment. They love karaoke over in Southeast
Yeah.
Asia.
No,
I did a
love
lot of karaoke when I was
I
over
love
there.
karaoke.
It is so fun. Instagram over TikTok for travel inspo.
As a TikToker, I'll actually disagree. I think TikTok is so much better. The search is on
Yeah.
TikTok's good. Like you get exactly what you want when you search for it. Instagram, I am not a big fan of Instagram Reels. Like it's very hard to find something specific, and yeah, definitely TikTok over Instagram. I think for posting your travel stuff,
Yeah.
definitely Instagram. But finding inspo, TikTok. There's nothing beats TikTok.
No,
Yeah.
it's so simple, and especially with like the small reels and the really quick videos, they're kind of yeah, they are really good. How did you kind of get into posting videos with TikTok?
So I've always wanted to do something with content creation, and I think I wanted to do YouTube initially, but it just long form videos kind of scare me because they're like, yeah, so much has to go right. TikTok's very simple, it's easy. So I made a video where this was my first video that did well, and that's when I started focusing on TikTok. Was where I was meant to go from London to Manchester, but instead, no, Manchester to London.
Yeah.
But instead, I went Manchester to Iceland and then Iceland to London, and that was cheaper than the train.
Oh,
So that when I first did that and it did well, because I was doing that anyway, I was like, oh, that's a good idea, and that blew up. And then I was like, oh, I could do stuff like this again and again.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've been doing it ever since.
Oh, how
Yeah.
amazing. That sounds, if that's someone else kind of wanted to get into maybe creating little like influencer like TikToks, how would you kind of?
If it's for TikTok, you got to understand the algorithm. You need to be able to have good ideas, be original, and you need to make it very like interesting throughout.
Yeah.
You can't have short moments where people will swipe off. The goal on TikTok is to have people not to swipe.
Yeah.
Right. So that's just a thing you have to think about throughout the video. And also I recommend AI a lot, but I don't recommend it for video ideas because
Yeah.
I don't think it's good. Like always do something original because
Yeah.
you don't want to be able to not know what you're doing when you're making the video. You can't have it controlled by AI. You have to do what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then AI can just
Do the itinerary.
Yeah. And if you could like maybe describe your content in one word, what that would be?
One word. Surprising, because I think a lot of people get surprised by the videos.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you can do this for this much, and I'm like, yeah, you can.
Yeah. No, amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure getting to know you. And if you'd like to know any topics or want us to talk about anything travel related, please comment down below. And thanks, Muscab. What is your socials if you want to let anyone know?
You can find me Muscab Salad. It's on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, everywhere. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you.